That is awesome. It really works well. Well, I'll tell you, this software is so much better. It's so much better than what I had. I tell you, it was tough getting through a year working with that other software. That was tough. Now that we have enough members and we can actually get software and really start putting this together. This is wonderful. Welcome. My name is ScouterStan, and I see there's some people already online. I think we have 6 total that are here already. And let me see here. I think they're now. This is strange. Sometimes when I'm working on the software, trying to put in those intros and stuff like that, somebody joined as a member, which is wonderful. We have 15 members of the channel. That is awesome. Okay, wonderful. We need more. We need double that pretty quickly, but we're able to get some things and start some things and do some things, and that is a very good thing to have. So, welcome aboard if you're brand new. I believe we have the cookies already. No, that's a pizza from earlier. Last week I made some brownies. It was quite good. I put what was that? Pecans on the top. They were really good. It was good. You got to have some sweets every now and then. You can't just have campfire food, right? So, hey, who's in the house today? Awesome. We have Twin Daddies. Twin Daddy. He is doing real good. And I promise I will work on those emails. It's been very hectic. Everybody's trying to jam themselves through the little doorway by the end of the year, and in our district, and it's making it fun. That's for sure. So looks like we have hello from what does it say? I keep putting the thing over in North Carolina. Hey there, North Carolina. I love North Carolina. I believe. Casey, I believe, is a brand new member. So that's nice. Very nice. So you can see that they have a little icon there next to their name, and they can do things. They have what do they call those things? They put them in their comments. It's really cool that are only available on this channel. So that's kind of neat. Looks like we have some more coming in the door. Woo. I don't know if we'll have enough seats. I hope we do. Let's see. Is your lighting a little dark this evening? Yes. Well, I think it's the camera. I think it's the camera. The camera's starting to go. This was a camera that I purchased many years ago when I was traveling, and this was the unusual thing. I would be, say, in Canada. And I'd have my laptop and this camera was on the top. It just stuck to the edge of the screen. And my wife and I would watch television together while doing video conference, like Zoom. This is pre-Zoom. So that's what we used to do. It was fun. And that camera is the one I'm using now. We need to upgrade that. It doesn't have any way of changing its balances or white levels or anything. I actually got the 2 studio lights bouncing off the ceiling. it might come to the, I might just set up the studio like I do for a regular video. So that might be the next step. But it seems like the more light I put in the room, the darker the camera tends to adjust. I think it's just old. it needs it needs to be replaced. So it is unfortunate, but we'll try to lighten it up over time. Okay, we need to upgrade our camera. That is a huge need, and I need more members of the channel to help buy that. Good evening from PA. Woo! Nice. Pennsylvania. My brother was born in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh to be exact. Good evening from Pittsburgh. There we go. Yay. All righty. I may have Ken. Yes, Ken. Good evening from Louisiana. All righty. Well, we've got a lot of the stuff that has come in. That's what's nice is I have two screens. I have a big screen where I can see. My vision's not so good, so we have those kinds of things. I also wrote some notes. We had some videos come through recently that were quite fascinating. The neat thing about those videos is that they what was the first one of last month was screen time. I know that a lot of leaders and a lot of parents even are really struggling with young people and screen time. Now, I understand there is an irony. We're on YouTube and I'm going on about screen time. Well, it's important that we as leaders teach youth when it is appropriate and not appropriate. So that was really the main drive of that video. And that was right at the beginning of last month. Then we had advancement team. It was kind of a part two. We had way back. I think it was season 3. I think that's what it was. And this was an update long overdue about some of the new things for advancement. Then we got into something that was a little more serious, which is the heroism and life-saving awards and stuff like that. We got into those medals and how that process works. What's nice is you do the nomination, and then once the paperwork's submitted, that's when they decide which award and all that stuff. So that was kind of the gist there. So if you have questions, by the way, the reason I'm bringing these up is if you have questions, go ahead and ask them, and we'll get to them. So let me go back over here from okay, we're good. All right. So then we got into turning a youth leader into an adult leader. That is so important. We need to be able to get that youth leader to make the transition. When they turn 18, that's not the exit. Okay. If you have some great youth leaders, you need to recruit them, have them become a part of your unit directly. Go right from when they turn 18 or right over. They should be by that time, but when they turn 17, they should be an assistant scoutmaster, what I call a junior assistant scoutmaster. And then, of course, they would take on the adult role of assistant scoutmaster. So that was a big one. A lot of people like that one. And the most popular one was at the beginning of this month. And that was the Historic Trails Award. Just not a whole lot of people knew about it. That was really the key. That particular award is done as a group and awarded as a group. So it's quite interesting. Then I'm going to hold you on what's coming up this week. So let's get caught up with some of our texts here. Let me go back. I think we've got, oh my goodness, where am I at? I'm in the wrong spot. When you got it real big, you get it real small. selection. So let me see. Let me see if I can correct some of that. There we go. That's better. All right, we're moving up a notch. All right. So, all righty. Oh my, you guys are chatting away here. I'm gonna, a lot of times, sometimes these conversations, if I don't want to interrupt them, so go ahead and talk. Yeah, and I'll just scan it for questions. Your lighting is a little dark. Yes, we got into that. There we go. All right, so let me see. Good evening, Pittsburgh. Yes. All righty. So I'm catching up. What do we got here? What is this? This says, hello, I'm from the Gulfstream Council. Gulfstream Council. That's Tampa. I believe that's the Tampa, Clearwater, St. Pete area of Florida. So I think that's the Gulf area. Or no, that might be north of that. Like towards Gainesville and stuff. I don't know. But welcome. I'm over here in Orlando, Central Florida. Let me see. We're going to go to the next one here, and this is not responding. There we go. All righty. Hey, Ken. There you go. 563. Oh, the lodges. It's fun. Awesome. All right. So one youth leader of Scouts BSA adult and works unless you are the adult participating in a venturing or Sea Scouts. That's something that there seems to be this confusion when Scouts BSA, the finish line for going over the bridge to adulthood is 18 in Scouts BSA. That is according to policy. It's according to the procedures. It's not an exit. Okay. There's a lot they can do. They can actually join a crew or see scouts or they get into an explorer post or something like that. And the adulthood age is 21 in those situations. And because of that, the Order of the Arrow has that too. And I did a video 18 or 21, and there was a lot of controversy on it. But if you really go by the book, 18 is it for Scouts BSA in any troop situation, as far as being an adult versus a youth. And looks like the comments are flying in, so I'm gonna have to watch that video. There has been an update, and I was informed of that update by my district. They had this incredibly tiny wordage where when they do the election, they sort of put blindfolds on and don't see anyone that's 18, and they demote all of your assistant scoutmasters and turn them into youth for that vote. It didn't make any sense. It just didn't make sense. But I tried to put some clarity on it. It's on my website, so definitely look into that one. That's one of those that it is not really well defined. All righty, we got some more. Oh my goodness, everybody's being so active. All righty, we have 13 in the room. We got a few more chairs. Invite your friends. I think there's cookies. Oh my goodness. Let's go right into, let's see, what do we have here? All right. Yep. Application. Yep. Yeah. Adult position 2 of 2. Oh, yep. That's the second part of what you were talking about. Yeah. That's an important bit. So Don't let those leaders run out the door, okay? They need to do stuff. We spend a lot of time working on them. So there we go. Um, there we go. Lodge chief. Very good. I gotta scroll down. I have to learn some of the tricks of this software. This is brand new. This is StreamYard, and we did two of these, and it worked out really well compared to what we were using, and it's getting better as I'm getting more familiar with it. So, alrighty, Catherine, awesome. Let's see what we got here. How to become a junior assistant scoutmaster. This is for youth that are under 18 and qualified by the scoutmaster. And I believe the committee chair should be involved. That's just my personal feeling. The entire scoutmaster team needs to be involved in that because it's a mentoring position. And that's something you need to talk. You need to sit down and have a meeting with the scoutmaster as a youth. That's how that starts. If they feel that you're ready for it and they'll try it out, you'll be put into the scoutmaster group and go from there. So I'm sure you will do just fine. They'll mentor you through the whole process. Let's see. I got the cooking and home stuff done. Cooking merit badge. For a long time that was not required. Well, first aid wasn't required for Eagle Scouts until the 20s. So it, it was yeah. So required merit badges. You gotta have some good required merit badges, that's for sure. So we got a big question here. What happens when a scout is working on a merit badge and the requirement changes? Okay. That's true for just about everything. The requirement changes. Anything, well, let's say, for instance, they're working on a merit badge. They're working on a merit badge or a rank. Um, and the requirements come out, and that's the date that they change. Unless it's specified, unless it literally says that, something different, you go with the ones you started with. That's the thing. If you've already started working on the merit badge and it changes while you're working on it, or a rank while you're working on it, you go with the one that's current. But the minute you get that merit badge or the rank, you have to move up to the new requirements for the next rank. Okay. And the same is true with merit badges. You have to use the current day stuff. Your counselor, your merit badge counselor, should be aware of changes and things that are going on. Okay. And if you've already started with them, they will make a note of it the next time you meet with them, that those requirements from the old merit badge, because originally when the cooking merit badge came out, those they had different requirements than it does today, and it changed. And there were scouts in the process. I was a counselor for the cooking merit badge, and the old ones had to complete the merit badge with the old requirements. The newer ones had to finish according to the ones that are just getting started. They had to use the new ones. So that's the thing. So that answers that question. And it's been a little. That's kind of the truth. Unless they say you have to have it completed by this date, or you will have to follow these new guidelines or these new requirements. That's a national thing. They make those decisions, but they rarely do that, because they when they change something in a merit badge, they just continue on. So that's the important bit. All right, there we are. Awesome. Fantastic. Let me get caught up here, guys. Oh, gee. Okay. Oh, let's see. There you go. Wow. All righty. Fantastic. Let's see what we got. My goodness. Hang on. All righty. Oh, me. All righty. So, okay. All right. Gulfstream, Tampa. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Love Tampa. Tampa's beautiful. Well, all of Florida is beautiful, even the Everglades. Of course, there's a lot of stuff there that'll bite you, stick you, or eat you. As they say in Florida. Oh my goodness. Alligators. So let's see. Hey, Mikey. Hi there. Tuesday, I'm running a VC. VC. All righty. Vice Commissioner? Is that what VC is? I'm trying to figure that one out. All righty. Awesome. Well, good luck. Good luck. I am so glad. Keep going. Keep going in scouting. That's the thing. All righty. What do we have here? We have here is my eyes. When they're moving around a lot, I get a lot of liquid in my eye. Let's see. All right, we have you have let's see. It is time for a limit just to be age 18. There's a lot of pros and cons to that. I'm sure that the crew and the post and the Sea Scouts wouldn't like that, having everything rolled back that way. It's a sticky thing. If they roll everything back to 18, that's one thing. They might just say, well, you're a youth until 21 in Scouts BSA, but you can't after 18. There's nothing as far as advancement. There's no more merit badges, no more positions unless there's junior assistant. That's not good. So it's a mess. It really is a mess. And it's always been that when you turned 18, you were no longer a youth. You were an adult. In Scouts BSA troops, when Boy Scouts of America had troops, they were 18. When you turned 18, that was it. The things that came in after that, like crew, posts, and Sea Scouts, things that came after the troop, that would be the one that you would have to limit, and they wouldn't like it. So 21 for them and 18 for the youth definition. So it would be difficult to do that. You would get a lot of people very angry. I've done 18. Okay. Don't worry about that myself. So 18, it's a rite of passage. You need to have your stuff done for Eagle. If you're going to get Eagle by 18, you need to have it done. And that comes in on the episode coming up this week. It's been highly requested. It is the procrastination of a Life Scout. My goodness, this 18 thing comes up a lot. And being the advancement chair for my district, I tell you, I get these emergency emails, sent by the parents of the Life Scout saying it's an emergency. They got to get it done. They only got a week left and blah, blah, blah. And I think to myself, how long have they known he was going to turn 18? I'm just thinking that to myself. Wouldn't dare say that. But the thing is, procrastination is an epidemic when you're dealing with Life Scouts. They spend a long time from start of life. That life's once they become life, it's like they lay back. They let things go, and before they know it, it's over. So, it's no time to lay back. That's for sure. Got to get things done. So, back on that age thing again. So, Ken, what you got here? The American. Yes, that's for true. Yes, that is so true. Yep, I'm sure. Nowak in 1971. Goodness. I've been to Nowak twice. Nowak was a lot of fun. I was a contingent advisor. I don't remember. I'll have to look at that one. But the following one was 2015 and 2011. It had to be 20. No, I don't know. It had to be somewhere in that time. I was contingent advisor, and my assistant became the contingent advisor for the next one, and I was his assistant. So that's how we worked it out. So that was the interesting thing. The second one was the 2015 NOAC, the big celebration, the 100th anniversary. And one of the things that a lot of people don't know about NOAC, that's like a jamboree for airmen, and that is huge. It is gigantic. And one of the things they did at that one was that they had everyone wear a red sash, and the red sash was part of your admission, and that was how you walked around at that event. When the event was over, you put your regular sash on, and you never wore the red one again. So I still have mine. It's amazing. It's amazing. The history behind all that is just it is incredible. That's a neat thing. So tell you, let me get caught up here. Oh my goodness. I don't mean to, I'm just going to throw my 2 cents in if you're in a conversation. So a lot of you like to talk to one another, and that's great. Go ahead and do that. Cookies, oatmeal. Love oatmeal. I love there's an oatmeal chocolate cookie that is just really delicious. So try that one. That's a good one. Let's see. Northern Virginia. There we go. What are we at? What did? Oh, okay. I'm clicking the wrong thing. I'm thinking it's not working. Okay, it's no, it's operator error. That's for sure. Oatmeal cookies. There we go. Oatmeal cookies. Awesome. How should we get to oatmeal cookies? uh okay. There we go. I'll learn my software. It is one of those things. What is the fastest way to rank up? Well, there's no time limits between scout and first class. And a lot of scouts work on all of it all at once. And usually they get that done within a year if they're doing it right. So that's a fast way to rank up. So, and, but don't fly through it, because I found that people who do not, they might learn a knot, but if they don't practice that knot, they lose that skill. It just evaporates from memory because there's more important stuff to put in there. And if you don't practice your knots, you're not going to retain them. So that's the thing about knot tying. So ranking up quickly is not the purpose. The purpose is to understand those things, and you can do it rather quickly. You can get to eagle in less than, I think it's like 2 years. So that's possible, but do you retain it? That's the other thing. And anything done fast like that may not be good. So depends on the person. All right, question comes up in my mind that what does the council's history trails system towards the I believe so. I believe so. Look at the requirements for the national thing. There's only 3 requirements, for the, National Trails Award. That award with the wagon train going across the silhouette of the United States, that big blue patch, that award, there's only 3 requirements, and I believe that's national. So you may have already completed those 3 requirements by doing the district's thing. So look into it. Look at compare the 2 together. There might be some item you need to add, like a service project or the times that you are out on the trail. Those things you can add and overdo one and get both. That's what I would recommend. Let's see. We're gonna go to the. Did I? Okay, I did. It's funny when you see the screen. If you saw what I'm looking at, there's a lot going on. We are one person away from 40 in the room. So, all right, everybody behave. All righty. So I'm looking at this. It says, okay, what are all the nuts on the uniform? On an adult uniform, there are knots that are embroidered in little squares. You can see some. Oh, I threw them over here. These are the ones. These are some of the knots. They represent some of the accomplishments that adult leader has done. Now, if you look at mine, the bottom row was all done before I was 18. I did all that. My Arrow of Light is in there. My youth, my God and Country is in there, and my Eagle. So all 3 of the ones on the bottom row were youth. Everything else is adults. So, the thing about knots is they tell a story. That's what's really cool. If you see somebody's uniform, you'll see those knots and go, "Oh, he was in Cub Scouts. He was a den leader. Oh, he was not just the den leader. He was a Weeblos den leader." So these knots, if you know the colors and the things the different things, that's a wonderful thing. That's what those knots are for. They're on the uniform for that reason, so that you can just look around and see which leader has what kind of experience, training or awards or something of that nature. So that's really what the square knots are. Let's see. Did I click this one? There we go. I cannot tell. There we go. I gotta make a note of that. Have you been at the World or National Jamboree? As a youth, I was at a National Jamboree. I went to the 1977 Jamboree in Moraine State Park, and it was quite the adventure. I don't know if you were asking that question of me or others. Everybody's jumping in. That's great. That's awesome. This is scouting. I love it. You got all these great leaders. This is wonderful. Just wonderful. If an age or a deadline from range. Oh, wait a minute. All right, there we go. I'm going to have to make it bigger. My eyes are going. So there we go. Oops. That's way too big. Big print. Big print for the old guy. So, oh my gosh. Where's this? Now I've lost it. All right. So let me. A lot of people say I've lost it. Where'd it go? There you are. Oh my goodness. Let's see. I'm gonna click this here. There we go. Golly. There you are. Man, where'd you go? It's like it disappeared. No, I switched the screens and lost everything. So, all right. So, what do we got here? Okay. Let's see if I can read that. All right. Regions, this, enthusiasts. Okay. Okay. Position troop mentoring. Troop guides. That's kind of what that is. Yeah. Let's see. Yep, exactly. Awesome. Let's see. Recently, my council. Okay. I have got to make this bigger. I can't see it. There we go. All right. So right there's when it all scrolls away. So let me go back. There you are. All right. Recently, my council. I can't even make out that word. Holy cow. Stan, you old man, you can't see. Oh, poor thing. All right. So there you are. Cancel retention. Trial system is just 10 trails. Okay. 10 miles, 15 miles. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I tell you, different trails. You can do different trails. I believe, I think it's tenderfoot. There's a requirement for a 5 mile hike, and most tenderfoots do that at summer camp, so they take care of that there. So, but 10, 15 miles are most trails. That's like a day hike for most people. For me, that might be a week. So, being the old guy in the room. There we go. Nice, Chief. There you are. All righty. What do we got here? Ta-dum. All righty. Finally found you live. Yes, I am breathing. I am here. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Thank you. You too. You too. You know, scout leaders, you guys work hard. So that is it's not an easy job. We know that, right? So you guys keep it up. That's a good one. All right. So venturing Sea Scouts, 18 to 20 can campsite there's requirement, merit badges. Yeah. You know, the thing about venturing and Sea Scout, there's this 14 minimum that they have, the 14-year-old minimum. And one of the things that they need to do, if they're going to continue to a goal of becoming an Eagle Scout and they want to go from the Scouts BSA into a troop, they need to wait until they're 14, but they need to have first class, because all of the things that are involved with first class can be done within a troop environment versus a crew or a Sea Scout environment. Now, those have the crew has its own high awards that are out there, and of course, Sea Scouts has its own program. So, but if you want to go to becoming a an Eagle Scout and stay in venturing and Sea Scouts, you have to get the first class and you have to be 14 to join. So those are two big requirements, so that they can do that. And that's truly so that they can progress through the merit badge stuff. And that's the key when it comes to um, a crew, or a Sea Scout or a ship. So that's one of those things. They do have other awards like the National Outdoor Achievements. Now that's usually done within a troop. So mainly because of the way they go camping and the way that they do. So that might be something you need to look into. There are some that doesn't work that way. So that is true. Let me get caught up here. Make sure that so I'm trying to get to my questions. Am I going to NOAC 2024? I don't know if that was to me. I probably will not. I'm trying to save up money, funding, because I need to get a new camera. So it's going to be expensive. And yeah, so I need a new digital camera because the one I'm using right now, as we know, the lighting is not the best and it's almost full blast. So let me let's see. Yep, I am probably not going to NOAC 24. The first time we went, it was hot like you wouldn't believe in Michigan, and, we were up there, and all of the scouts said, "Yeah, no AC." These are Florida scouts. They want AC. So, that was tough. That was really hard on them. So, no AC instead of NOAC. Anyways, or NOAC. All right. Let's see. That sounds great. You know what? Uh, Twin Daddy, I tell you what, potlucks are awesome. I love doing that. That would be fun. We could all make some food and we'll do that. That'll be neat. This is the November um, YouTube meeting. Let's put it that way. I don't know if we want to do a holiday meeting. Maybe we could do a potluck. Maybe that's an ideal. We could all eat our potluck and tell each other how they're made, or put the recipes up somewhere. Well, that's a lot of work. And I got shows to produce, so I can't really dedicate the time for it. But goodness, that would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun. But we are working on a new item for the channel. Um, you leaders love, and I do too. I love going camping. And one of the best parts of camping is sitting around the campfire with a bunch of great leaders and just hearing what they're dealing with, hearing how they're working with things, and the difficulties they may have. That's the neat thing. So we've been working on a package called Campfire, and the campfire will just be leaders. And the ideal is that this would really work with members. So if you're looking to become a member, this might be a good benefit. But members would be able to be involved, and they could be off camera, they could just be voice, or they could be on camera with voice, and just talking about stories, that the things that they're dealing with, almost like a round table kind of thing, potluck of ideas. That's kind of what that could be. So the concept is that we would just I'd have a subject, and then everybody could comment about it. There's no right or wrong. It's just what their experience is within scouting. I think that is probably going to be very uh, good, but that would be recorded, almost like a Zoom meeting kind of thing. Would be recorded because a lot of times there might be something that needs to be edited. Okay, when you have a lot of people involved, there may be the wrong information, and I don't want to I don't want to embarrass anybody, and I don't want to make any mistakes there. Okay. So that's something that needs to be recorded, but it can come out on YouTube as a premiere. And then everybody that was in the video could be online answering text and doing the talking back and forth directly online with the live premiere of this recorded show. So Campfire is the name of it, and it's something that we've been working on. I've been sending some notes out to members of the channel. I want to work with them and get their feedback and their ideas. And of course, now that you're aware of the project, I'll start putting it out to everyone through the comment section of the channel. And I really want to do that. I'm thinking once a month to start off with, and we'll have special guests and different things. Okay. So it is going to be interesting. It'll be a talk show for scouters with scouters. That's the cool thing about it. I think it's really going to be a hit. So look forward to that. And if you would like to get involved in that, please let me know. I think, yes, Twin Daddy is definitely involved. We need to get him involved. He's wonderful. Okay. He does a lot of really cool stuff behind the scenes. And Ken, I'd love to have your input too. So that is wonderful. Thanks. And all members of the channel. You know me. I look, and I'm sorry, but it's true. My members are a priority. Okay. I'm going to look for that little badge that they get. Okay. When they start subscribing to the channel, and I answer those questions as soon as physically possible. They are the channel financial backers. Okay. So that is very important to me. And that being said, I answer everybody's questions. And okay, if you have a question, I might go on for several paragraphs, and that's for everybody. Okay. So my reviews on my responses are tremendous. Okay. Incredible. That is what the credit, the rating that I always get on my reviews. So, and that's true for everybody, but you get a little more priority when you are a member. Membership has that privilege. All right, I'm going to go down just a bit and make sure okay. Okay, recently an OA meeting I went, okay, but quickly told that there was a white sash. It was black sash with an outline. The original sashes that they had, I believe, in Treasure Island. That's where it started, up in the camp, Treasure Island. It's right there, New Jersey, I believe. That was where the first ones were, and they were black sashes with white arrows, and they were worn from left to right. It changed from right to left, and the that was something else. They changed shoulders. They even changed the different for vigil. That used to be just added on to the Brotherhood, still is. But that was an add-on. It's an award. That's the vigil thing, but they even changed the direction of the arrows. So if you get into collecting that stuff, there's a lot to know as far as the arrows and which way they point and so on. So there's a lot of that stuff. So don't be confused, Ken. Then everything's kind of standardized now. So it's all pretty much the same. Let me see. If you are enjoying the conversation here, please give him a thumbs up. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I really like feedback. Feedback is a gift, as we say at Wood Badge, and Wood Badge is one of those things. Love it. Twin Daddy, what do you got going on there? Let's see. Potluck over YouTube. Yeah. Did I backtrack? No, I don't know if I did that. Did I? Sour cream cookies. Wow. I recently had a cookie that was phenomenal, and it was a burnt butter chocolate chip cookie. It was incredible. Burnt butter chocolate chip cookie. I didn't think I was going to like it, but it was very good. Very caramel. So a lot of good flavors in there. This is a very intense cookie. All right. Thumbs up. Thank you. Awesome. That's so kind. Thank you. All righty. You got to hit the button, Stan. Oh my goodness. I'm like, why isn't it going on? Oh my gosh. All right. Click the thumbs up there. That's great. Thank you. Thank you. There you go. Mm. Oh, that's true. See this comment here. That is so true. An Eagle Scout is never given. It is earned. Yes, it is earned. And in a lot of the boards review, if you think about it, you filled out an application and taking on the mantle of that huge responsibility of being an example as an Eagle Scout for the rest of your life. That's what they're applying for. So that's kind of what that board review kind of does, is to make sure that this person who's there wants to be an Eagle Scout, and that's forever. Once that happens, once that's earned, that is very important to consider. So, but it is earned and well earned. I've seen some great Eagle Scouts recently, so just fantastic. All right. Okay, working on my ticket, trying to make a Pinewood Derby recruitment drive. That sounds like something to be cool. I mean, as a recruitment for the pack, you would do a Pinewood Derby, say at a school. That's a great idea. I like that idea. That would be neat. You could actually, well, you could do that like a back to the pack kind of thing, kind of repeat it. But a lot of packs have very nice racetracks, digital with screens and all that. A lot of them have that. So that is very possible. So that would definitely get a lot of parents involved. Yep. 707 your tube. Pinewood Derby. Yep. 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 Uh-huh. There's amazing videos about that. I back during COVID, I ran a day camp online. It was actually done as the council could not do anything that wasn't online during the lockdowns, and we had day camp during that time. And we went and made it a Zoom camp, and we played videos and had all kinds of fun stuff, and all the crafts and everything were sent to the scout at home. And it was fantastic. It was a phenomenal thing. For reasons, because we're dealing with Cub Scouts, none of it was recorded. It was all done live. And this camera was the one. So it was amazing. We did some really great things. So, that's none of that was recorded. So, but they did songs and they sang and they had all kinds of fun stuff. It was quite a good time. Tico Perez, there we are. Tico Perez would probably join in. That would be awesome. Tico is awesome. He and I have talked in the past. He is very, very nice, very generous to scouting. And I think he was the national commissioner at one point. And he's a wonderful man. So I would love to sit with Tico and just talk about stuff. That'd be fun. There we go. See if I can get this. It's funny is that the video to check to make sure I got the timing right. The only thing that's big is the clock. Everything else is like real tiny because I got everything else enlarged so I can read it. All right. We have the wood badge. Yeah. Use your resources. You bet. It's kind of what I'm doing with the software. Maybe show them different ways. What is he saying here? To show them different ways and ideas to make a Pinewood Derby car. Yes, it's amazing the weights. If you can get those weights in the right sweet spot and 3-wheel thing, oh my gosh, it's hard to beat those cars. So that's a possibility. So that would be fun. There's a lot of science involved in that, and that's because of the parents. It's nothing to do with the Cub Scouts. They want some really cool looking car that they can go down and race with all of their friends. That's what they want. Of course, a lot of packs will have a division for the adults. Okay, so they don't overwhelm it. All right, and that's not good. So. All righty. What are we at? Get great ideas. Yes, I would agree. Very good ideas. Let's see. Brotherhood for 33. Yep. Yeah. They do have a plastic cover for the sash. I don't know why, because a dirty sash is a happy sash. Always remember that. That's a beautiful thing. So, I mean, it's kind of neat. You can see where the steak sauce is on it. You can see where the blood is on one side, and that if you look at my sash, you will notice that I put patches on the inside of it. So if I'm talking about stuff, like when I first joined or when I first got into the OA, I can actually show them the flap that I was wearing. So that's something. So I don't think there'll be plastic ones. Let's put it that way. Um, let's see, Casey, you got here. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up, Casey. Appreciate it. Awesome. That is fantastic. Oh my goodness, we have 58 people in our room. We do have more seating. We actually do. So thank you. Thank you for joining us. We're just kind of doing a wrap up. A lot of people are having conversations and I don't interrupt them. So that's good. That's good. Okay. All right. I'm seeing a few of these. Yep. Different cars. Yep. Those are great for recruitment because parents would get into it too. So, and oh my God, I love those. Those are just so incredible. Um, Macaroons. I'm into macaroons. If you're going to go coconut, you can't beat a macaroons are incredible. So, but you're in New Orleans and you got you, you got you got beignets. All that stuff is just delicious. I don't know. It's an amazing thing. So, yeah, true. There we go. Another thought of helping a unit, pack, or troop that has trouble recruiting sufficient youth to recharter. Expensive venturing efforts, not enough youth left, peer to peer recruiting. Recruiting is a year round thing. I've done several videos that are on the channel on recruiting. And yes, should be done peer to peer. It should be done on a consistent basis over time. The more consistent things you do, the better. Just keep working on recruitment all year round. There's no such thing as a season. There might be a season where you focus on the schools, but that's it. Think of it that way. That is one of many seasons. In fact, if you look at some of the recruitment videos, I have something that can be done year round. In fact, before I did advancements, I was in recruitment, and our district did a lot of recruiting. I recruited a lot of kids into scouting. I can remember going around to the school rooms and doing presentations and doing 50, 60 presentations in a school. It's just it is wearing, it's tiring, but it's very rewarding. It's so neat. For instance, the other night I was at an Eagle Border Review, and the scout that was having his border review, he was at my day camp. And I remember signing him up, him and his brother. So, it's one of those things that becomes full circle, and it's extremely meaningful. It's so important. We got to keep doing this. We got to save America with great scouts that are going to be great leaders. That's the really cool thing. All right, Ken, what you got here? Ken. All right, Ken. I still have my dad's brotherhood. Yeah. I have my father's. At the 100th anniversary, NOAC, when we were wearing red sashes, I was thinking about him quite a bit, and I took his sash to that jamboree. And on the front of his, it was the 50th, not jamboree, the NOAC. I think of it as a jamboree. but it's for airmen. Um, that particular NOAC, and he had this sash, and on his was the 50th, and on mine it says the 100th. So it is just it's one of those generation things, and that was very, very special. And I was proud to be there and remembering him and all that he gave to scouting and all the stuff that he had done. So that was very important, very, very important. But having those things is just incredible. Having those moments where you can celebrate those memories, that is incredible. Yeah, yeah. So those are really special moments when you can remember them and seeing those. I have my father's sash, all the merit badges on his sash. He is an Eagle Scout. I am an Eagle Scout. My son is an Eagle Scout. My brother is an Eagle Scout. I mean, it's we're all Eagles, and that was very important to have. And I've got his, mine, uh, from the day, and then I have my son's. So I have all three of those. I need to put them in a big frame. That was because merit badges change all the time. It's amazing. It's amazing. Um, but having those things is very important, and especially oh, here's one here. Oh, this is good. Yeah, yeah. Veterans Day. Yes. Try to get out there and do something for Veterans Day. It is so important. Our veterans are suffering. There's so many of them that are homeless. It's sad, and we need to help them. We need to do things for them. Scouts need to be aware of that, and they need to be out there saluting them and making sure that they know that they are appreciated. Veterans Day is very, very important. So super important. Let's see, local schools. There we go. Local schools have begun. Yes, that's true. Barring scout units from participating in any school parade night events, parent night events. That's unfortunate, and it comes at their detriment. So and that's an additional reason why it's unfortunate. Schools, we teach skills that they don't teach at school. We teach them how to sharpen a knife, how to build a fire, um, and in so we also teach leadership, and they don't. And it's important that we start getting into those schools and helping those youth where we can't be closed out. It's so important. Scouting is very important. This is it's an education of what's going on in the world and how to change things, and it's a peace movement. It is it is one of those things. It's incredibly important, and we can't let schools do that. The best thing to do now, I'm fortunate in some districts, some school districts, there is unfortunately a dislike for the scouts, and and that's true with throughout the country. You're gonna have good and bad, and I have no idea where that comes from, but I think it has a lot to do with the school boards, and I know that going to a school board can be um, not good. They can be rather ruckus. There could be a lot of stuff going on, but we need to be out there and we need to help scouts. It's worth it. It's worth it for the youth. It's worth it for our young people. It's worth it for America. We need to really help in promoting scouting and getting that going. They're not the school night. They could also, a lot of times you could be in front of a store, not selling camp carts, not selling popcorn. You could actually be in front of a store that's doing school supplies. You could recruit that way. These these are ideas I've covered in those recruiting videos. There's you got to think outside the box. There's other places you can go, and you should do this all the time. That is something that can be done on a unit basis, and it should be done so that we make sure that we keep that scouting momentum, that scouting spirit, keep it moving forward. This is a scouting movement, and that's a critical point, is to keep moving forward, no matter how many roadblocks they're going to throw in front of us, and they're always going to do that. They always have. No matter how many they're going to do, we need to be bigger than that. We need to go, okay, and then go to the stores and say, look, we're not selling anything. We don't want any donations. We're not begging for anything. We just want to give out pamphlets to kids with new backpacks, about the next scout meeting that's coming up, the next Cub Scout Pinewood Derby, the next thing that's coming up for the scouts. That's a great way to recruit. Being out there, being there, answering questions, talking to the parents. That is really where it all begins. And you got to just keep going, regardless of what they do. So let's see what we got here. Local schools have been preventing scout units from participating in parent nights. Yes, that's true. That is true. And it's unfortunate. It's not true nationwide. This is not like it's here and there. I live in an area where the school board, I believe it's the president of the school board, is actually an Eagle Scout. So he'll listen to them. He'll be courteous and kind and all that stuff. But the scouts are coming in. So that was something he's going to do. He's going to make sure of that. So, but that's one of those things. But not all local schools do that. So, thank goodness. Let's see. All right, Twin Daddy. Did I get you up there on the board? All right, I did. There we go. And we got one more here. It says, would you recommend a winter camp at La Noche? Would I recommend? Oh, yes, I would. I've been there for 3 days. I was called upon by a unit I was commissioning, and they didn't have enough scout leaders, and the scout leader that was there at camp needed to go. So I came in for a 3-day thing at winter camp, and they were there for 3 days, and then they had to. Anyways, I was there, and it was wonderful. It was just like a regular summer camp, only it wasn't burning hot, and merit badges were being worked on. It was cool at night where you could sit around the campfire, and it was very nice. I do recommend it. For those who may not know, Camp La Noche is my camp. That's the one that's in my area, Camp La Noche, Central Florida, not too far from all the attractions and stuff. But it's out in the Ocala woods, and that's the beautiful thing about it. It is out and it is remote, and you can do all of the scout things. So if you're out of state, definitely come to Camp La Noche. That's my ad. They don't pay me anything for that, and I don't think they would. So, but as far as Camp La Noche is concerned, I do recommend it. I was there during a winter camp, but I was on the other end of camp working with NYLT. So I was doing the National Youth Leadership Training. I was quartermaster. That was a cold winter too. It got really cold. So, we had a bear. It came into camp. That was kind of fun. At night, of course. And but yes, Camp La Noche is highly recommended. It's one of the best camps in the South. There's just an incredible camp, and there's a lot of pros and cons, especially for summer camp. But for winter camp, you can't beat it. The facilities and everything that they have available, it's incredible. They have a beautiful lake. They have motorboats and sailboats, and they have a huge pool, gigantic pool. They have a beautiful dining hall. They have all the facilities. It's a premier camp. If you have a chance check out Lenoci. So I keep going on about it, but they also have a zip line, and they have high adventure, they have cope courses, they got it. They got it for all the age groups. So just recently, they just wrapped up all of their Halloween things, and they went right into the Christmas camping for a lot of the Cub Scouts. So the Cub Scouts are like, all of October, and they do some things at the beginning of November. They have some big events, and then in December they do nothing but the Christmas stuff for the Cub Scouts, which is family camping, and it's totally friendly for family camping. And there's roads, you literally drive to the campsite, drop your stuff off, and then take your car and then hike back. It is just a wonderful camp. And of course, you have winter camp, which is between Christmas and New Year's. It's right in the middle. It's right in that week. So, and that's a great way. I had a scout who wanted to get every merit badge, and he wanted to do winter camp many times because he needed as much opportunity to get every merit badge, welding and photography and stuff like that. That's the thing about this camp. They do just about every merit badge. Call ahead. Sometimes they don't have enough people to get somebody out there to teach that merit badge. So that's that. They might focus it too. So it depends on how many are actually registering and going. And that's true for every camp you go to. If you have a camp that's not being utilized and using all of those facilities, they're going to decrease the amount of merit badges that are available. They just don't have the staff, the people, the money to run those things. I had a question today. Scouting does everything at below cost and then subsidize that loss with, you guessed it, donations. So we're a charity. Okay. We do everything at a very low cost. So I have people that go, oh, it's just a money grab and they want to get more money and that kind of stuff. It's nothing to do with Lenoci. It's nothing to do with, but scouting in general. I've had these questions come up recently, and it's become very annoying. So it's not a money grab. It's amazing to me how few professional scouters are actually running an entire council. It's a mind blow. And the compensation is well below the standard of every professional. Okay. It is a life of dedication. It's a ministry. As my father would say, it's a ministry. And that's that. And I get offended by that when they start going about, oh, it's a dollar sign every time. It's more money, more money, more money. It's expensive, but it's worth it. So I'm going to get off my soapbox. That was a nerve that was hit today when I was answering questions. But to go back to your question, I do recommend Lenoci. So try to take my nephew out of GTBAC. Okay. And my son out of NCAC to go together as, oh, okay. All right. So you're trying to get them to go from Oregon, one event to another, or one organization to another. Got it. It's hard. You got to get them to buy in. They have to be able to do it. So that's one of those things. Winter camp. Now, keep in mind, this is Florida. There's no winter sports, okay? You're not going to be doing downhill skiing. So it is winter. Let's see. Winter camp in Florida sounds quite appealing. Yes. The neat thing about it is it's between Christmas and New Year's. You do the summer camp. Not summer, winter camp. You do that. And then after that, you can go off to all the fun parks. We have tons of fun parks. We have NASA. Just I see rockets go up all the time. So these things are in Central Florida. So if you're from another state, want to check out a really premier camp, check out La Noche. They're available. Just type in the word La Noche, which is Lake North. I think that's what it is. Lake North. It's La Noche, like you see up there. That's in one of the comments. Make sure you go there and check them out. They are good. They do a lot of really fun stuff. A lot of family camping. It's very good. Well, I think we are just about wrapping things up. It looks like we hit 68 current people watching the video. That is awesome. And I thank you so much for everything you do in scouting and joining us tonight, and getting excited about recruiting. And we came up with some great ideas. I'm thinking about that potluck thing. I might do that for the campfire. That would be, maybe I could do that as campfire. That would be cool. Now, if you missed the campfire idea is, been working on it on and off between working on scripts and filming and all the other stuff that I'm doing. The campfire ideal is like a Zoom meeting with scout leaders sitting around a campfire, the virtual campfire, and just going over a topic, a subject. It would be recorded in case there's an edit needed. That's a possibility. And then we would premiere it live with everybody that was in the recording would be live in the chat. And we could just leave the chat window open and talk about what was in the video. So it's done as a premiere. That would be the live portion of it, of the recorded campfire. And it would be about the same time that we're doing these, the live shows. And I really do appreciate all the questions. I've been in scouting a long time. I know that's the gray hair proves that. There's no diploma up there for that one. So, but yeah, I've been in scouting for a long time. I know some things, and I do have some opinions. Okay, so keep that in mind. But if you're thinking about some of the really awesome things that are going on in scouting, please, things are changing. I don't know, but the next year is going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be some big changes program wise. So, and I think it might be Cub Scouts, it might be Boy Scout. I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out. But I haven't been in that meeting yet. But yeah, there's things that are going to change. Change is inevitable. Don't fight change. We are a scouting movement. Okay, always remember that. Baden-Powell once said, he said, it has to be a movement because things that don't change and evolve go extinct. Okay, he was very right. And that's why we do what we do. So, we had some more questions come through real quick. Let me review those before we wrap things up. I think we got we got a few more minutes. We started early. So let me, not real early, but early. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. I was a scout in hand. Okay. If I move the mouse over, it disappears. And I'm like, oh. Okay. Okay. Organized times recently attached. Okay. Huge, great impact in my life. It's true with everybody that's in scouting. Scouting is a wonderful thing. Okay. Scouting is a fantastic experience, not only for the youth, but for the adults that get involved. It is really, and sometimes the adults that don't get involved, sometimes it's just dad that gets in with the troop or the Cub Scout pack or just mom with the Cub Scouts, or they switch off, they still are involved. They still go to the meetings. They still go to the award ceremonies and stuff. So they see it, they know it. That's critical. So it does help. I don't have kids of my own. Yep. That's fine. Yeah. Why not? As long as, you got to go through the vetting process with a charter. So a charter might have a problem, but That's there's a lot of charters out there. Most of them won't. Most of them are not going to have an issue at all. So getting involved and helping out, it's wonderful. That is a very good thing. Uh, whether you have kids or not is not a requirement. It's that has to be approved through a charter. You have to do the application stuff to do youth protection. That's true for every adult that's involved, every single one. Even non-leaders should do youth protection. We've talked about that, but still, youth protection is required, and having kids is not a requirement. So and there's a lot of behind the scenes things that you could do for the committee. So, you could do that. And then get in, if you want to be a den leader with the Cub Scouts, or you want to be assistant scoutmaster, or even scoutmaster. So that's something that can be done. So let's see. Happy Bone, yes. That's true. When you get involved in scouting, you're going to have a lot of kids. Now, when my son went through it, there was just him. I only have one boy, and when he went through that, uh, the kids are great. I've mentored so many to Eagle. I have worked with so many wonderful young men that are leaders in their industry now. But it's life reaffirming. I mean, that is incredibly important as a human being, to give to help others at all times has a lot of meaning. That's that middle. That's the middle one, right? So that is very important. Getting involved, doing those things, getting with the youth, and making sure that they have fun. It is just, when they're having fun, they're learning. That's the thing. Don't tell them that. that's the Sawyer effect, So tell them that, yeah, they're learning how to be a leader, and they are, through having fun. It's kind of neat. Hey, Candy, I'm hearing the Lafayette. Yep. Yeah. Thanksgiving. Goodness gracious. Fantastic. That's fantastic. Most districts are striving. Yes. They're starving. Excuse me. Striving. Yes, we are starving for unit commissioners. That's a good point. Thank you. Yes. Unit commissioning is a lot of fun, and it is fantastic. Okay. I've done videos on that many times. And one of the videos that I did was homegrown um, commissioners for that unit. They can take leaders from that unit and make them commissioners. We need commissioners. The units outnumber commissioners, and every single unit has one when they charter. It's one of the lines. There has to be somebody that signs as unit commissioner for that unit. That's a problem, because there are 28 units for every unit commissioner. It's just can't be done. We are in desperate situation when it comes to unit commissioners, and we do a lot of really cool stuff. I just started I don't know what it's called. It's another item. Trying to find out what it was. What was this thing? It's see if I can find it. It's a server, but it's all text, and then you can do phone calls and stuff through it. But there was a question on there about what is a commissioner, and I just thought about it for a little while and wrote a little paragraph. It's really there to help units connect between the unit themselves and the district and council. They're the connection. They're the mortise between the bricks. They're the people that help. They hold the wall up. That's the thing, that they do those things. They help others. And that's the thing about a unit commissioner. Gotta have them. Let's see. All right. History. Yes, I've got some videos on history. Eagle Scout mentoring. Yep, pen process. Mhm. Mhm. I have a series on mentoring Eagle Scouts. It's meant for the adults, but youth do watch it. There's nothing on this channel that a youth can't watch. So there's 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 no secrets in scouting. Let's see. I don't recall having things there that earned Eagle Scout in 1991. So have actually oh, occasionally. Ugh, my eyes are watering tonight. I get all the bright lights, even though the camera got dark. It's weird. Let me see. All right. Got it. Okay. Yep. Eagle Scout in 1991. So I have curiosity there. I tell you what, Eagle Scout is something that is forever, and you will always be an Eagle Scout till the day you die. You are an Eagle. So keep that in mind, and you are always welcome at any unit to be there to help out and to do things. So definitely, Eagle Scouts. It's time. It's time to step up and start doing stuff. Okay, help these units. That's so important. Thank you for all the great ideas. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate you being here. That's super important. Twin daddies. There we go. I promise I will get that email. it's it's sitting in a very big to-do list. So let's see. Do you have experience with youth participating in two troops? No. Typically, if there are brothers or sisters, they would go into the same unit. Mainly because most units meet at the same time in the same day, and to mom taking one sibling to one meeting and the other one going to the other, it just the planning there would be a nightmare. So it's so much easier, and it's so much more convenient to have one unit for both parents. And that's why you see a lot of conjoined troops that'll be a girl troop and a boy troop, so that the sister and brother can be dropped there together. They can go to their respective meetings, and the adults can meet together and help out both units. It's an ideal situation. So that as far as taking one to one unit and taking the other one to the other, no, I don't. That's really hard. That would be really, really hard. There might be a case where that had to happen because of needs for a scout. That would be rare, very rare, but that might be something that's needed to do. But typically, both siblings or triplets go to the same unit. So it just makes it easier for traveling. So much easier for traveling. How are we doing? Ooh, we're coming up close on time. Okay. My nephew in Florida. Wait a minute. They got to click it. There we go. There we go. My nephew in Florida is into the Sun Troop and up in Northern Virginia. And he can't. Oh, okay. Well, that's true. I've talked to a scout that wants to do an Eagle project for his in his troop in Miami, but he currently lives in Orlando. And it's out of that's out of district, but it's still a service project. So I don't see an issue with that. There would be the same for camping. If he wants to go summer camp with the old troop, fine. And if they want to go stay with the new troop, fine. It's a matter of what the youth want. That's the key. And, whether or not the parents can do that. Sometimes the parents just don't have transportation or the money or whatever, to do something of that nature. So they have to do things to make it happen. But it's a matter of negotiating that out. Um, Technically, they should be members of one or the other. Okay. They can be in another troop. I believe the insurance does cover them. Well, check on that. I think the insurance does cover them, because they're with a troop. They're chartered and they're with a troop, and they have the fees have been paid and the insurance and all that stuff. So that should be fine. It shouldn't be an issue. Having them do things with another unit. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So if they want to do that, that's great. Ken, thank you so much. Ken is one of my diehard members. He is awesome. And Ken, I am so thankful for you. And I really appreciate you. This is something this was a wood badge ticket that went crazy. So that's the crazy thing about this. So, but as long as my health holds up, I plan to keep making those videos. There's a lot of stuff to be covered, and we can do it. We can do this. It's doable. There we go. You're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. And we do this every month. So it's a lot of fun, and we do a lot of great things. So, and I plan to do, that campfire thing sounds good. And don't miss the one that's coming up this week. I believe it's called Procrastinating Life Scouts. Oh my. So that's the wonderful thing. Thank you all so much. So many of you, we've had 80 people in the room at one time. We never ran out of a chair. It's amazing. And, but it's a wonderful thing. And scouting is pretty cool. So as you well know, okay. So, and that is the cool thing about scouting. And, keep up that good, hard work. We're doing great work for our scouts for America, and hang in there. Okay. Things change, and they should change, and they change for the better. That's a matter of time. And definitely, I'm glad the software is working. There's been times the second show was a total nosedive because of a sun flare, because that's how fragile that software was. Anyway, water under the bridge. Okay. Melted snow. That's the way to think of it. It's in the past. But I'll tell you what, we do a lot of work. Keep up that good work, and I will see you on the trail.